Hi, my name is Bailey Huff, and I'll be discussing the Potter Box and for case study number 2. Okay, so starting with the definition. So as a developer for this upcoming app, I've created an app that targets the employers looking to vet current or potential employees for activity that would make their businesses look bad or that doesn't adhere to their policies. So it mines publicly accessible data from social networks to gather all this information about people so employers can look at it before they're hiring or during their hiring process. So the problem is that this app is just designed for employers, but because of this negative attention, a similar app was receiving called Girls Around Me. There is kind of an ethical dilemma I'm having to face. So my app's kind of trying to be more like a LinkedIn for employers, definitely more professional, and this Girls Around Me app has drawn some concern. So this Girls Around Me app was negatively received because it mashed this publicly accessible data from different media sites and put it on this map where any user could get complete access to the women in the area who never really agreed to let this app use their location in the first place. So, but after looking into it, I kind of discovered it wasn't actually illegal because people were thinking that it was going to be illegal, but here we go. So legal or no, it actually is not. It's legal. Sorry, it is legal. It's not illegal. So when looking into it, it was determined that all it was doing was using these public APIs from Google Maps, Facebook, and Foursquare, and matching them together. So you could see who had checked in at locations in your area. So that was kind of cool, but also that's what made it creepy. So it was just using public APIs, but that's where it kind of got creepy and people were not liking it, calling it a stalking app. So now on to the values. So there's 4 values that I'm going to be talking about: professional, legal, social, and moral values. So the professional value that I had to take into consideration is the public's right to privacy. So the public's right to privacy is very important, and people are entitled to their privacy, and they believe that this app infringes on their privacy. So, but when thinking about it, every single bit of the information this app provides is made up of publicly accessible information. So when people sign up and accept the terms on their social media websites, etc. Legal value. Talking about legal value again, the legal value is to obey and follow the law. So with this Girls Around Me app, John Brownlee addressed the value of law by saying Girls Around Me wasn't actually doing anything wrong. On the surface, it looks like a hookup app like Grindr for potential stalkers and date rapists, but all that Girls Around Me is really doing is just using the public APIs, like I was saying earlier. So legally, this app is not breaking any laws. Therefore, if I used my app the way that I want to, it will not be breaking any laws either. Social values. This is a huge one. And I think that the social value is expecting the public to accept the app and not abuse it. So I believe that social value is one that's very conflicting because the Girls Around Me app brought in endless bad press, and I want people in society to see my app differently. So the way that my app is different is because there will be no like sleazy means toward the app, and it will be very professional and not allow tracking. So that's important that I consider the social value. Stewardship and fairness to the public. So stewardship and fairness to the public is important because even though they're putting their information out publicly, I believe that it's unfair to show the location. So I think that this app should be used to compile their social media into one manageable place so employers can keep an eye on it instead of just using their location. But I do think that if they use it to keep their eyes on employees' social media to make sure the people that they hire and their employees are keeping up with the ethical guidelines, I think that that would be fair to the public to use, but without their location. So the principles. So when looking at the principles, I looked into Aristotle's mean. So it says moral virtue is a middle state determined by practical wisdom. So the middle state I'm kind of looking at is that one side of the spectrum is that people think it's a huge invasion of privacy. This app is horrible. While the other side, people think it's completely legal and just using all the information people already put out there on social media. So I believe that by determining a middle state, we can solve the issue. So we take those two opposing ideas and come together to make the app better. So I think by eliminating the map and location trackers and just using a compilation of those social media data, it will definitely serve both diverse areas. So that's where I came into this principle. Loyalties. So first of all, I have duty to myself. I have a loyalty to myself because I've put a significant amount of money and time into this app development. And so the ultimate responsibility in the end is going to rest with me as an individual. My next duty is to my clients and subscribers and supporters because the decision to go forward with this app is really important because My ethical decision making is marked by like a sincere sense of my responsibility with the society and genuine concern. So I want the clients, subscribers, and supporters to know that I have a genuine concern for them, and that's why I have decided to go forward with this app, just modifying it to make sure it doesn't have the downfalls like Girls Around Me. The duty to my organization or the firm. So my organization or firm or employers. So my employers believe that the app is in no way unethical and we should continue forward. So my duty is to make these decisions so that they will appreciate and like support me in the future and support everything since they have helped me be where I am today. My duty to my professional colleagues and investors. So I have to make that decision to best benefit the investors and stakeholders in my app as well. And lastly, the duty to society. So kind of like I was saying earlier, I have to have the society's best interest in mind and that this app will neither be like harmful or invasive towards the general public. So I will just try to make sure that it is nothing like Girls Around Me, and it is definitely better and more safe and not as kind of creepy or stalky as people thought. So in conclusion, after evaluating everything and taking into consideration all of the people that I have duty to and the principles, I believe that I'm going to definitely continue with the development of my app. I believe that it will help monitor these future and current employees in an effective and efficient way to benefit your company. But with that being said, I do have a few changes that I'm going to be making after taking all this into consideration and seeing how Girls Around Me failed. So first, I will not be using a map in my app. There will be absolutely no location tracking of any type. And second, I believe that there's no need for my app to use Foursquare. Foursquare is used to find the best places to eat and drink or shop, and I don't see any reason that employers should have that kind of information or need to know that. So I really, I know that might be a big thing, but I don't think that we need to use Foursquare. But I do believe that this app can be very vital, and it will be great when it comes to vetting employees and future employees, and so that I think the companies and CEOs will really buy into my app. So that is my evaluation of using the Potterbox for this case study 2. Hope you enjoyed my presentation.